What's up, everybody? So I guess when I get a phone call, my video shuts off, so I have to start over. So I'm still doing Scorpio because it got cut off. I think that some of you guys need to grow. Some of you are growing. Some of you guys really want this reunion with somebody because this is like all you're thinking about. But one of you is holding back. And I think that it has something to do with maybe they don't feel like they're stable enough because they don't know how to handle this. I think it's just because like the feelings are so different. They don't know how to say how they feel because maybe somebody's way of communicating their feelings is so, however they learned to communicate when they were younger is just different than other people. So I don't think that they really talk about it. They'd rather just hold back and focus on the material part because that's all they know how to do. But this situation was being carried by somebody for so long and they needed help, and I think that it was just too much and they had to lay it down. I think that this person has a lot of ambition and desire to try to come back in, but that's pretty much all it's ever been, is an ambition and a desire, but they haven't moved it forward. There hasn't been any motion. They've just been kind of like chilling with the butterflies, like knowing what they want, but they haven't moved because they don't know how to make a decision. And it could be both of you guys that need to balance some shit out, but at the same time you need to make a decision instead of juggling, because somebody is very stuck in their ways. They want to do things a certain way, and I think that it's more about getting this structure, having a plan for this, because this person kind of wants to take the control of this because that's who they are. But they're stuck in this insecurity because maybe there's been some money issues, maybe there has been a lot of worry, and maybe there's been some isolation. Somebody has been left out in the cold. They have a need, you know, like, but they don't tell anybody. And I think that they've been enlightened, or this is about like realizing what this is and knowing that you guys are on the right path. This was supposed to go like this so that it could move forward, because someone is just still stuck. This deception is still here. And it's more about, are you deceiving yourself in your mind? Are you telling yourself that this person is just going to cheat on me? This person is going to do things, you know, a certain way. But somebody does want to come in and offer love, but they're fighting it because they think about all the fights that there have been. There could have been a lot of fighting, there could have been a lot of obstacles, and there could be some petty drama and people involved, because that's what nosy ass people do, is get involved in everybody else's business but their own. And so it's like this has always been a fight to move this forward. Hey, I think that the universe wants you to know that there's victory in making a decision and moving yourself forward. It's about growing and focusing on that this can be victorious, but you need to move it forward. You need to make a decision to move past this into this instead of sitting by yourself. always retreating in solitude, thinking there's got to be a completion here. And I think that you guys know what you want, but it's time to be that person that has the courage to move it forward, so you can have a new start and take a leap of faith into something new. And that's going to bring this, this is going to bring the king into this situation. Taking that leap of faith is going to help ground you to be this person that you've been so worried that you couldn't be. You can be this person, but you need to take this leap of faith and look towards the future and work together with somebody. And you do have the strength. You got to find the strength to get over things. You probably both do. Find the strength to get over it and move it forward. You can get over it. But I don't think that you know that, because you spend so much time in isolation. You don't even see that this is abundant in every part of your life. This is someone who brings a new start into your life, but with that, everything else comes together, because this can be in, this is just someone who's really spiritually on the right level. I think that it's about moving it up, knowing that there's going to be good things coming, because you guys made the choice to walk away from something that you needed to do. You guys need to grow from this and stop being disconnected with how you feel, because I don't think that somebody has never even said how they feel. They just came in like, I'm coming, baby, and you're like, oh shit, okay. And this love offer has always been here, and it's stable. But I think someone's afraid because there's some things that they need to move away from. There's some old feelings that they need to move away from. And because change is scary, they usually just run. This is the ultimate level of happiness. This is what you've always wanted. Somebody who totally supports you and loves you for how you should have been loved. Happiness with somebody else. But you guys are both still chilling. Right now, this other person, you guys are both waiting for each other. But there were some things that needed to fall, because someone is still so stuck in regret and grief and feeling abandoned, whether this is from childhood, but there's a big loss here. When this fell, I think that these feelings need to go with it, because you guys have a really good partnership with somebody that you love, but the thing that you need to remember is that it's about two people. It's a balance of two people together. Partnership. This is deep love. It's patience and compassion for each other that's here. And I think that balancing two people just because you love them is never easy, because there's a lot of shit that you got to put up with on both sides, but it's love, and I think that maybe you guys need the partnership. This is something that you need in your life, and you know that it's there, but you're still kind of like, well, can I let someone get to know me enough? Will they want to be in love with me after they know who I really am? I think that it's scary, because somebody knows that this is what they want, and they're, and it's like they always come back with passion, but it's like there needs to be a stable coming together You know, it needs to be stable and some things need to be balanced. Instead of fighting it because of whatever had happened in a different relationship, or maybe there is just, if there is still some, if you're still thinking about stuff that happened, if you're still thinking about what happened in the past, you're going to bring that back into your life. So I think that it's important to balance out your thoughts and emotions, because your thoughts become reality. You don't want to bring this back into your life, because all it's doing is keeping you stuck in your head, because you're so afraid to change, and you're so afraid to let somebody get to know you and take this mask off. Because I think that you're afraid that it's just, you're afraid that this is done, that there is no going back, that this is just over with, and you don't know how to move forward, even though I think that you've always tried. It's just been like only with one eye open. You're not really sure which way you want it to go. You try to move forward, but some of you are dealing with some addictions that you need to deal with, whether, and let me break it down to you about what the devil card is. People think that addictions are drugs and alcohol. It's deeper than that. Addictions are smoking. Addictions are the way you think. The addictions are porn, feelings of anger and jealousy, and being too concerned about money, and being greedy and envious, and just hanging on to this toxic person, whether it's you or someone else. I think that this person's tried to move forward, but you always run right to this. So you're bringing this with you. You need to move away from that, because it's keeping you, it's like it has control over you. The devil can come into your life in more than one way, and it has a lot to do with the things that we've been through that we haven't dealt with, the things that we think about, our mental health, and also the addictions of ourselves and others. And it's going to stay with you, because usually the things that we're not supposed to do in life are fun, right? But it's taking over, and I think that you guys need to move away from it. There's some things you need to move away from. There needs to be a new direction in this, and it's really important for you guys to stop not talking about how you feel. You need to work together with this other person, because that's the only way this is going to work. You can't not talk about things, because it's always going to seem like you're holding on, or you're like lying about stuff, or I think people just really don't know, and you guys need to do some healing and stop being stuck in two minds about things and pushing people away, because you need to weigh things out and make a final decision on this. Weigh things out evenly in this situation and make a decision, instead of juggling a bunch of choices all the time. You guys might have been in an abusive situation where maybe you were never the only one. So there might be a level of fear that comes with trying to commit to somebody else. But you're bringing this energy into something that you know you want because of what somebody else did to you. Because there's all these options around you, but you never notice the one that's been right here. The one that never left. You guys think about what you want, and it's like you need to realize which way that you've been going, which way that you want to go, and the way that you think about things and the way that you grew up is probably completely different than somebody else. If you guys want to be together, then it's about trying to understand each other's side of the story, because both of you are two completely different people, but that's the reason that it works. Because you know that this is what you want and what makes you happy, but you need to put the time in, and you need to learn from each other in a different way to bring this forward.